Oh, what is wrong with you? Ah, yes, you want to work on a big project but don't really know where to start. I can definitely help you with that, but what have you done beforehand? I sat down for 10 minutes and thought about what to do as a project. When nothing crossed my mind, I searched for inspiration on YouTube and, well, I searched what other people did and sooner or later maybe landed on MrBeast's new video on building a food chain. Of course, searching for inspiration on YouTube. Exactly like the other day when you just wanted to see the new character in Genshin Impact. I see. Why you have a lot of other problems to solve. Let me first show you someone. Here he is, practicing exactly what I want to teach you. He is the best in his field, but not just because he can do a lot of work in minutes, but because of his capacity to think of new ideas and solve problems in a matter of minutes. He also doesn't get lost in his thoughts and can focus on something with full consciousness with just one simple practice daily. So let me show you exactly what that is. Over my whole childhood I had a great fantasy and was able to think of effective and funny solutions to solve problems. Like I do right now, I was able to tell stories just out of my head, which most of the time weren't even real. A lot of people would just say that I have a talent for it and that I have a bloom in fantasy, but I would track all of these abilities down to just one exercise. This exercise was meditating. While I didn't do it consciously and didn't even think of it as such, I practiced it almost daily. And now, from a later perspective, I see how these things helped me to develop these abilities. All of it comes down to the ability to think of new ideas and to be structured in your thinking. If you just need to think of new ideas for a project or want to solve an urgent problem, meditating will help you to develop these abilities and to accomplish far greater results. So, how do you meditate? Before you start to meditate, it's a very good idea to think of the problem or task that you want to solve intensively. Either you solve the problem on your own this way, or will prepare it for your subconscious so that it can solve it while you meditate. It is also a very good idea to have a notebook or a piece of paper right next to you so that you are able to write down the ideas immediately after you think of them. Like that, you won't forget the idea when you meditate further and are able to structure your thoughts more clearly through writing them down. This sometimes even improves your thought process and helps you to get even better ideas. Then you start to meditate by sitting or laying down in a comfortable space so that you don't feel any pain. Of course, the hard motherfuckers out there can relax into the pain and even get their mind moving through it, but for your purposes it is enough to get yourself comfortable to think without distractions. Then you close your eyes and focus only on one thing. If it is your breathing, your clothes touching your body, or even the void you see before your eyes, you focus very strongly on this until your focus fades or you have finally thought of a good idea. The main point of meditating is that you don't focus on getting the next big idea, but that you focus on nothing. That way you leave enough room for your subconscious to think of a solution for the problem. And trust me, your subconscious is 10 times better at solving your problems than your conscious mind is. But with meditating, you also train the ability to be more conscious of your surroundings and to be more present in the moment. Because meditating frees you from all the distracting and urgent thoughts and gives your mind the ability to think and feel new things that have been blocked out by these thoughts. This will also be trained like your ability, which you can then use to appreciate the current moment and the little things in life more and to be overall more happy in your life. You also get into a kind of meditating just before you fall asleep. In this period you also think of nothing and leave it to your subconscious to think for you. Edison used this kind of meditation as well to come up with new ideas and inventions. For that, he sat in a chair and held two objects in his hands. When he then dozed off to sleep, his hands would let the things go where they would make a loud sound when crashing onto the ground. That way he was able to harness the thoughts of his sleep and write them down immediately. If he would have slept through, he would have forgotten them immediately afterwards. Albert Einstein and the painter Salvador Dali are said to have used the same technique to come up with new ideas and theories. That is also the kind of meditating which has helped me to have a big range of fantasy and to come up with quick solutions to various tasks. So my advice if you want to start with meditating is to do it daily for 5 minutes a day. As I said, you sit or lay down comfortably and just focus on your breathing. Extend your full breaths to an unusual length so that breathing in, pausing and breathing out will take up to 15 seconds or more. Also differ the ways you breathe in. Breathe into the area that is most cramped up so that you can free it from the cramps and be relieved afterwards. Breathe so deeply into your chest so that it gets uncomfortable because of the unusual position it is in. Then breathe out and feel how your body relieves itself into a relaxed state. Also very important is how you meditate. Of course, first of all you try to focus on nothing or the present moment, but sooner or later you will find yourself deeply in thoughts. The moment you realize yourself in thoughts, you either write them down instantly and work them out on paper, or you get back into the present moment and think of nothing. This will be like a rep for your brain. The more you realize yourself just wandering off into thoughts and then getting back into the relaxed state, the more present you will be generally in your life. So, I hope that you are now eager to meditate and make it a daily practice of yours. Let me and other people in our community know how your first tries went down in the comment section below. Always keep your focus on your purpose. See you next time.